Now we're going to go to a department item. It's our next item. On page 40, or it's item number 5 on the agenda. This is a proclamation in support of Israel and to honor the lives lost in the recent deadly attacks by Hamas militants. Rabbi, could you come forward to the lectern, please? And I'm going to have Supervisor Jones read this proclamation to you, and then you're welcome to say any comments that you want to.
Thank you.
I'd like to give a little background, if I could. On Saturday, October 7th, 2023, the militant terrorist organization Hamas launched attacks from Gaza against Israeli border communities that, as of October 11th, 2023, have resulted in 1,200 deaths, including women and children, have injured thousands more, have taken at least 150 people hostage, and have destroyed homes and businesses. At least 22 U.S. citizens have died as a result of these attacks in Israel, and President Biden has confirmed that American citizens are among those taken hostage by Hamas. Alongside many other cities, counties, and states across the nation, the countries throughout the world, Placer County Board of Supervisors declares that there is no place for terroristic violence in our world and condemns the violent actions of Hamas perpetrated against Israel and its citizens. So now I would like to read the proclamation by the County of Placer. This proclamation declaring Placer County's support of Israel and the lives lost in the recent deadly attacks by Hamas militants. Whereas on Saturday, October 7th, the militant terrorist organization Hamas launched attacks from Gaza against Israeli border communities that, as of October 11th, 2023, have resulted in 1,200 deaths, including women and children, have injured thousands more, have taken at least 150 people hostage, and have destroyed homes and businesses. And whereas at least 22 U.S. citizens have died as a result of these attacks in Israel, and President Biden has confirmed that American citizens are among those taken hostage by Hamas. And whereas alongside many other cities, counties, and states across the nation and countries throughout the world, Placer County Board of Supervisors declares that there is no place for terroristic violence in our world and condemns the violent actions of Hamas perpetrated against Israel and its citizens. And whereas Placer County stands in support of Israel and honors the lives lost in the recent deadly attacks by Hamas militants, now therefore be it proclaimed that the above proclamation was duly passed by the Board of Supervisors of the County of Placer on behalf of the citizens of Placer County at a regular meeting held October 17, 2023, proclaiming Placer County's support of Israel and to honor the lives lost in the recent deadly attacks by Hamas militants, and duly signed by the board chair, Supervisor Jim Holmes.
All right.
Would you like to say some words before we come down and present this to you?
Please. Thank you very, very much. Representing the Jewish community here in Placer County, we are very, very grateful for the support. It's become clear to everyone around the world that this situation is really not about a politics, but it's a battle of the forces of good against evil. What has happened is absolute evil. It has no place anywhere in any normal civilized society. And we, human beings, upstanding human beings who value life and recognize the importance that we have to follow what God has bestowed upon us as a mission in this world, to shine the light with goodness and shine the light of goodness and kindness in the world. This is our duty. So we're very grateful for Placer County to stand in support of Israel and stand in support of our Jewish community. And I call upon all the members of our Jewish community to stand together, to stand strong, and to stand with faith in God and confidence and optimism that good will eventually overcome and prevail against evil. The light will shine, the darkness will be eliminated. And each of us have to do our part in bringing more light. Those of us who are part of the Jewish community, we invite you, encourage you to strengthen in the observance of the commandments from God in the Torah, bringing light into the world. And all of the members of the Placer County community, we ask and encourage that you also bring more light and goodness and kindness into the world by sharing and caring with each other, because we are all here as human beings standing together to defeat this ugly face of darkness, and we will prevail. So thank you very much.
And Suzanne, before you take that down, is there anyone in the public that wishes to make a comment about this?
We have to get a motion to approve it.
Oh, I thought we did, didn't we?
No.
We didn't, no.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair, members of the board. It's just trying to think a moment ago how long it's been since I've actually been before this board, and I'm guessing it's something like 20 years since the last time I appeared. And the last times that I appeared, each time that I appeared in the past, I appeared on behalf of a client. And today I came on my own and drove up the hill because I feel pretty strongly about it. So it's the first time in that sense that I have ever come before the Placer County Board of Supervisors in more than 40 years of living in your county. Certainly agree with everything that the rabbi said, but with respect to the resolution that's before you, the proclamation, I think by this time it actually understates the numbers that we're faced with. We have, as I understand it, at this point, over 1,300 dead, many thousands wounded, several hundred persons, including, as was noted, a number of Americans who've been taken back to Gaza as hostages. I think as we sit here in Auburn today, it's rather difficult for us to imagine the barbarity of this attack. In this attack, terrorists from Hamas were clearly seeking nothing other than to sow death. Even among infants, even among the elderly, whoever they came across, it did not matter. On this day, just over a week ago, more Jews died on that day than on any other day since the Nazi Holocaust of World War II. The terrorists right now are effectively holding, in addition to several hundred Israelis, Americans, and various citizens of all sorts of other countries, in addition to holding them hostage, they're effectively holding over 2 million of their own people hostage by utilizing the civilian areas of Gaza as nothing more than military encampments. It's not really just a house if you use it as the entrance to a terror tunnel. It's not really just a hospital if you use it as a site on which to store missiles. It's not just a school, even if it's a UN school, if you use it as a missile launching site from which to launch attacks. That's what's going on. The use of humans as human shields appears to be for nothing other than the purpose of some sort of obscene public relations victory, as Israel will inevitably be blamed for civilian deaths when it attempts to release its own hostages or to destroy the military infrastructure of Hamas. Let me be really clear. No one, certainly not me, can be indifferent to the situation that the civilian residents of Gaza now find themselves in. As in any war, the innocent are going to die, and in this case, a lot of them have already died, and a very great many of them will die in the coming weeks. But we should be very clear where the blame for these deaths lies. It is the Hamas government of Gaza that launched this attack and now holds its own citizens as well as Israeli citizens hostage. Keep in mind, there is no occupation in Gaza. The Israeli government withdrew from Gaza in the year 2005. There hasn't been a single settler or a single member of the IDF there for all this time. When the Israelis withdrew, they left behind an international airport, Yasser Arafat International Airport, if you can believe it, and a seaport, and various agricultural enterprises that a government in Gaza could have used to build a Palestinian state if they had chosen to. Just today on my drive here, not more than 40 minutes or so ago, I was listening to an interview of the Hamas representative on NPR, who was very clear what Hamas's aim was: the elimination of Israel. Totally. They seek nothing less than the death of those who are Israeli, and particularly those who are Jews. I think the very least that we can do here in Auburn is to tell the Israeli people, the citizens of one of America's very closest allies, that we support them in this time. And therefore, I strongly urge the adoption of the proclamation. Thank you for your time.
We need your name, sir. Thank you.
Michael Dean.
Did you get it? Okay, thank you very much. Is there anyone else? All right, seeing none, I'll entertain a motion to approve the,
I'll move approval.
it's been moved by Supervisor Jones, second by Supervisor Gore. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, any abstentions? Hearing none. I see a couple lights up. Did you have another comment?
I so support this, but I wanted to see if we could take a moment of silence.
Oh, sure, before we, yeah. Thank you. All right.
You didn't call for the vote.
Oh, I need to call for the vote. So all those in favor? I thought I did. didn't I? Yeah, I did. Yeah. Sorry to worry about you. All right. Let's,
Thank you.
let's the board come down.
Okay. Wow, the honor.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.